Hey guys, Justin with Ready Business Systems. Today I'm going to be going over Service Autopilot Smart Maps feature. So if you want to learn more information, you can visit the website at serviceautopilot.com/smart-maps. This will give you a little overview of the maps, a little bit more information. So we're going to do, this is the My Day screen on Service Autopilot. If you want to add smart maps, what you're going to do is go here. You can obviously call, or you can go to Account and Billing. And then here it's going to say Smart Map Subscription. It's $47 a month. And obviously I have that added here. This is my test account. So once that's added, I'm going to go over the features that you will have with Smart Maps that you don't have with your regular Service Autopilot subscription. So here we go. Here's our test client here. Just some example services. So there's going to be a few major benefits. So one of them is this this menu here. You're going to see this property measurement. So show client on map. This is included with all Service Autopilot subscriptions. If you want to be able to measure the property right within Service Autopilot, you have to have the Smart Maps feature, which is going to add this menu item here. Keep in mind there is a way to measure properties without using Service Autopilot Smart Maps. You can actually go to Google Maps and right-click, measure distance, and that'll perform the same thing. It just won't perform some of these other features like save it to the account. The reason why I added it to my company's account is it allows my office admin to measure properties, which then can be verified later. If you're measuring Google Maps, you can't modify the measurement. You can't see what was measured. You just have a number there. So what this is going to do, it's going to bring up the property on a map. Obviously, this is the middle of a main street. It's not actual property, but we'll find one here so we can measure it. So you're probably going to want to use the satellite view. And you can locate your property. And let's find one, say this one over here, that you can actually decipher what's going on here. So what you're going to do is you can enter a description. Say we want to measure the lawn area. Let's say whole lot. We're going to measure this whole lot, and we're going to make it red so we can decipher the difference between the other ones. So I'm going to measure this entire property and assume that we want the square footage of this entire thing. Measure. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to measure this entire lot like this. And this is going to highlight that lot. Sorry, we have to do this afterwards. I'm going to make this red. So you know that's the lot. And we're going to name this whole lot. And we're going to add this. Next thing we're going to do, you can do it obviously a couple ways, but this way will help us so we can actually add and subtract measurements. So if you click on this button here, we can subtract the square footage. This one I'm going to make the house. So we're going to measure out this house. I can't see it that well, but because I did it in red. But this might be easier just because you have a couple different measurements, but you can then subtract them together. You can do it one of two ways. You can go around the house and just measure the lawn itself, or this way you're going to have both measurements. So we're going to add. And what this is going to do, it's going to take the whole lot, which we did, and it's going to subtract. We can make it a different color here. It's going to subtract the house, and I know there's another house there. I'm not going to do it just for the purpose of this example. But it's going to take this area, subtract that. It's going to give you the sum right here. So that comes in handy. You can also, with this measurement tool, you can do just a blank excluded, and then you'll just note the measurement, but it's not going to add it into this total here. So this is the total square foot of the lawn area that we just measured with the Smart Maps feature. This geofence, I don't think Service Autopilot is quite using it yet, but select measurement. So this is for a geofence. So essentially on the mobile app, and it's not refined yet, but when employees enter this certain area, it creates a geofence, which then can be used to trigger certain notes to pop up on the tablet. So we don't use that feature yet. So then what you can do is you want to save it to the account, property square foot. These custom fields you have to set up. So you can select which one you want to use, but obviously the total square feet right here is the sum. If you just want to save it as a house or a whole lot. Custom fields right here. On the beginning, it's going to be blank. I created this property square feet. I'm going to save it to that, but I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So if you go into your settings, which is this icon here, settings, and we're going to type in custom fields, you're going to need to create that custom field right here, property square footage to assign it to. So you could also create another one. It's like house square foot, and we could also do lot square foot. And this here is going to show, it's going to show up in that drop down menu for you, so you can select which one. It's not unless I refresh the screen at this point, but it would be house square foot and lot square foot here to assign it. So what that's going to do is it's going to save it to the account down here. Property square foot, these are the custom fields, and it's going to be saved here. And when you do estimates, what you can do, I'm not going to get into detail here because I'm just going over smart maps, but when you write up an estimate, it will actually pull the square footage from their account and pre-populate it when you write up a quote, which you then can have a rate matrix, which is based on that. So that will help you quote properties much faster. You can have someone like your office administrator get the square footage when new leads come in, and you can write up leads really quickly that way if you have pricing based on the square footage. So also within this this square footage, we also can measure linear square feet. So if you have something like if we had you know, bed edging and it was done by the foot, we could measure it here, and that would save the square footage, the linear footage there for different types of pricing. It's just full screen, and this will show you where you're located. Oh, you can also change the location on a map. Again, you can do this on manually as well. You can go into the edit screen. You can edit the navigation coordinates. Sometimes, if you notice that that when people are routing, your crews are routing on the dispatch board to the wrong address, it's because the coordinates are saved wrong in the client's account. So this makes it easy to change it. You can simply drag and drop it on the house, and then it's going to update the address here. So that'll update the address when if we were to refresh the screen. It says that it says that 1 Main Street is actually this house, not in the middle of this intersection. So that's that part of the Smart Maps feature, which is really awesome. The next feature you're going to get, I'm going to go over it here. So the lead screen, which is CRM Leads, will pull up your leads list. The new option you get here is the Show Map option. So what this will do here is, if you know that, and you can run filters here. If you have mowing clients, which I don't have saved in this test account, and it has all their addresses here, you can filter out for anyone who has lawn mowing, and it will then filter just those clients and show those clients on the map. So what I have to do here is zoom out. So this would put pins. I don't have it here. Like I said, it's just the test account. I don't know why this was zoomed way out to who knows where. But it's showing you this is where that lead is located, which looks like it's somewhere up in Providence, Rhode Island. So I'm just zooming in so I can show you. But if this were an actual account and you had all your lawn mowing clients, this would highlight all of them on the map. If that was a lawn mowing client, it would have pins in all those accounts. You could kind of more easily tell where your clients are, and so you can do some strategic marketing here. So what it'll do, basically, this Smart Maps feature is you can create new leads. So if this was one of my mowing clients and I wanted to get all these as mowing clients, what we can do is simply click on the property, and it's going to create leads here. So if I were to keep clicking, it would keep adding. Sorry, it's a right click. It'll pull these addresses right off the map, and of course you can do this on Google Maps. This just makes it a lot faster. You can pull it all in. You can go on Google Maps, do the same thing, right click, get address, but again, this is integrated with Service Autopilot, which makes it that much more powerful. What you do is you can create leads, check the addresses, it'll save as leads. Okay, property name, we're going to be like lead creation March 2020. And tags, we can say March 2020, March 2020 lead Smart Maps. And what this is going to do is it's going to save these, create leads in your system, tag them that way, so you could then have any sort of automations based off of these leads. You could have them mailed postcards just by simply doing that. If you have the SendGym integration, and you can build your density there and start marketing to these guys. Super easy. So a really cool feature there. So that's another thing you get with the Smart Maps. The last thing you get is an upgrade to your dispatch board and your waiting list. So here's my dispatch board. Again, I just have one test client on here. You're going to do Show Map. And then this is the new feature you get here, Yield Map. This Yield Map is going to have to select it. Okay. I think because there's only one job, but what it'll do is I'll add a key at the top of here, which is going to show the pricing in color coded. I'm sorry I don't have a better example here, but if I had multiple items on a dispatch board here, it would show colors. So like black could be a certain dollar value, green is a lower dollar value. So depending on the price of the job, it's going to have different colors up here. So it's going to have different icons to indicate the cost of the jobs to help you build your routes. So that's another feature of the Smart Maps. Lastly, more routing capabilities. So if you don't use this already, I was actually going over with my manager the new Smart Maps feature, and he didn't actually know about the routing, which I taught him, but he didn't realize. But this optimized stops feature is now upgraded. So Track Road, this is the one that you can always use if you have access to the dispatch board, depending on your Service Autopilot subscription. Excuse me. So this Track Road, you have to pay for these optimization credits. I believe it's 10 cents per optimization credit, so it's really not expensive, and you can route a whole bunch of. It'll actually put them in driving order, which you can then modify the route. But what it adds when you get the Smart Maps feature is this Google option. So this Google option is free, unlimited, so you don't have to pay the 10 cents. Not a big deal. It'll actually route, but it can only route up to 23 locations. So you're not paying the 10 cents per route. You're paying nothing because it's included in your monthly subscription. So if you do a lot of routing, I guess eventually that could add up and save you some money. So that's the Smart Maps feature with Service Autopilot. I would recommend it. I used to use Google Maps, and I didn't bother using the Smart Maps because it's $47 a month, and Google Maps is free. But given all the capabilities out of the lead generation, if you see value based on this video, then it may be something you want to look into. Check out the website, readybusinesssystems.com. We can help you get set up, do any custom training for you that you'd like. Again, it's readybusinesssystems.com, and I'll catch you guys next time.